The Turning is a 2020 horror movie that I heard a lot about when it first came out. This movie came out and everybody was just ripping it a new asshole. I'm like, I like the trailers. The trailers made it seem a bit creepy. I love Finn Wolfhard to death and what I've seen him in. Now, have I seen everything that he's been in? No, I am not a fan of Stranger Things. I've seen the first 4 episodes of the entire series. I tried it, and I'm just gonna wait for the last season to come out. Now, with The Turning, like I've already said, I've heard a lot about this. It's a horror movie that has no ending. I will get into that at the very, very end. That's what I've heard. Now let's get into this movie. This is all about a young governess hired by a man who becomes responsible for these 2 kids played by Finn Wolfhard and Brooklyn Prince. Brooklyn Prince, I think. Yes, Brooklyn Prince. And this nanny is played by Mackenzie Davis. And creepy things start happening. The kids are being very, very weird, particularly Finn Wolfhard. And now there's ghosts in the house, and she's trying to figure out exactly what happened and why she's there, what happened to their mother and to their father. And there's the movie. The movie isn't all that scary. It didn't scare me once. It's a cliched horror movie. One scene that I did like was the flashlight scene. That's a good idea. But then it just goes nowhere. It literally goes nowhere. This movie thinks it's scary. Now, I am going to spoil something. You saw in the trailer where there's a spider coming out of a kid's mouth. That's the alternate ending. That's the alternate ending. That's a scene that I thought was legitimately creepy. Finn Wolfhard had a spider coming out of his mouth. I thought that was legitimately creepy. I enjoyed that. I'm like, this looks like a fun little horror movie. Then it said January. I'm like, January horror movie. Well, it can be good, it can be bad. Let's wait for reviews to come out. Reviews came out, and by God, this movie is bad. Is it as bad as Black Christmas? By all means, no. I enjoyed Finn Wolfhard's role in this movie. I enjoyed his performance. He's an actor where I don't think he can give a bad performance. I've seen him in It Chapter 2, The Goldfinch, and I think that's it. I've enjoyed him for what I've seen. This kid can act. He's got a future in the horror genre. This kid can do whatever he wants, because I am sure that he's a hot commodity right now, thanks to Stranger Things and It for giving him the name. But in this movie, what they do with his character is just lazy. It's not scary and it's lazy. But his performance is the best part of his character. Mackenzie Davis is fine in the movie. Jolie Richardson is in this, who you might know from things like Nip Tuck, The Patriot, 101 Dalmatians. I think that's the same actress, I think. 101 Dalmatians? Yes, she did. She played Anita. I know what I'm talking about. Brooklyn Prince. She's a young actress who is an up-and-coming young actress. She's going to have a lot to do over the next few years. She's a fantastic little actress. She's got quite a year's work ahead of her. She's only been doing it since like 2017, and her big start was the Florida Project, which I have not seen, admittedly. I have not seen, but I do know that I will get to at some point. She was also in a decent little kids film called Monsters at Large, which was fun. Not great, but fun. The main problem with the movie is these 3 things. It's not scary. just the way the script is written is very lazy and not well thought out. And here we're going to get into the ending. I'm not going to spoil the ending at all. I'm going to say it goes the typical route, where it's going. You don't think it's going to go that route, and then you're like, oh, okay, it does go that route. Mild spoilers, fine. It's pretty much you are watching what she's thinking about. Let's get into that. The movie ends on a jump scare, and you think that there should be some more movie to go, right? You're thinking maybe another 10, 15, 20 minutes. No, the movie just ends exactly at 90 minutes. Exactly 3 to 4 seconds shy of 90 minutes. And if this movie would have been 10, 15 minutes longer, I think you would have had a decent payoff. Give me something actually scary. The movie is 70% to 80% the first act. The first act is 70 to 80% of the entire movie, and once you get to the ending, you're like, okay, here we go. We're going to get into the actual scares of the movie. Instead, it's just building to one big crescendo. You think it's building to one big crescendo, and then it just, boom, nothing. They dropped the ball on it. There was a couple creepy moments. Not scary, creepy. There's a difference between creepy and scary. Creepy is you're looking there, and you see some creepy imagery. And you're creeped out. You aren't scared. Scared is you are wincing. You are tensing up. You are just you don't want to move. Or you jump in your seat every once in a while. Apparently that's what scary is. To me, creepy is, oh, that's some good imagery. I don't really want to look at that right now. That's a scene that I don't really want to look at because it's kind of creeping me out a little bit. And then you get goosebumps on your arm. That's what creepy is to me. Tingles up and down your spine, on your arms, everything. The Turning is not a horrible movie. It's a bad movie. It is a bad movie, don't get me wrong. Is it the worst of 2020? By God, no. This is not the worst of 2020. This is definitely going to be one that is on my lower end, but it's not the worst movie or one of the worst movies that I've seen. I had a better time with this one than I did Artemis Fowl, Stargirl, Dangerous Lies, The Main Event. I had a better time watching this movie than I did those movies. There's my review of The Turning. I finally got to see it, and since theaters are opening back up here in my area, either this Friday or next Friday, I'm hoping to get some reviews out to you guys for newer 2020 movies. But we're going to go back to 2019 with Bombshell and Jojo Rabbit next. So I'm going to give The Turning a C-. It had some creepy moments. I liked Finn Wolfhard's performance. The kids were very good. Mackenzie Davis was fine, but it's just not scary. And the ending ruins it completely. If it wasn't for the ending, if it would have been a 110 minute movie, I think it would have benefited from it. I think it could have benefited. Because you could have actually added another ending. And the alternate ending, that would have been a better ending. But you put it on the Blu-ray. I think you wouldn't have people pissed off at you if you did that ending. So let's get into Bombshell.